Hey guys, hey, let's remember today not to go into people's stream chats with the news of current events that may not be so nice for people to find out while they're live. Let's remember not to do that. Don't go around people's streams just shouting people the news. You know. We're not gonna be doing that today. But hello, welcome dudes. We're just gonna have a good chill stream, but let's all remember that it is never a good idea to run into a person's stream chat with news like this. Especially people that maybe were already live. We don't want them to find out this way. That's a horrible way to find out news like this. So we're just gonna have good vibes here today. Let's all remember that. Don't go to other people's chats to find out and talk about this. It's not the place. Let's just chill out. Unless they're talking about it. If they're talking about it, then you can. But here we are not going to be. So let's all vibe, chill. Remember that always for every time anything happens, not to bring it to a stream chat for them to find out live. It's not a good idea. Hello, dudes. Welcome. You can speak now. And I am here now. Hello. Hello, guys. Welcome. I added rain sounds. Do we think that's a bonus vibe? Do we think that's good? It is actually raining outside. So I added extra rain. I added bonus rain noises. Hello. Hello, dudes. Let's remember to keep things chill. I think what I will do today, if I have to, I'll go back into emo. We'll just chat. I will not withhold timing people out. Let's all remember what's appropriate in a Twitch chat, and it's not coming in with the news of death. We're not gonna do that. Not here, not on other people's streams, please. Please and thank you. We're just here to vibe. We just hanging out. How we doing? Yeah, we're just gonna ignore all of you. And I will just freely hand out deletes. Don't worry. Hey. Here, one more time. Let's do one more time. don't do that. Don't go into people's chats shouting that someone has died. Never. Not this time, not the next time, not anybody's chats, not mine, and not anyone else on Twitch. Unless they are actively speaking on the news of what's happened. Let's not. Maybe it was bad timing for me, but also, we're going to have a nice space to chat today. We're going to have a nice space to listen to rain noises. We're going to listen to some smooth jazz. We're going to chat and hang out. We're going to have a good vibe. Maybe read some Am I the Assholes? I'm only live until about 8 p.m. So not a very long one. So we're just going to have a good chill chatting time. Because then I got to go for a meeting. But I'll be live again tomorrow. Non-binary Ace, thank you for subscribing. Lesbian Lux, thank you for subscribing. Kia the Car, Baby Boys, Alice, thank you for the bits. Non-binaries, thank you for the 100 bits. Marcus, thank you for subscribing. Chunky Mushroom Frog, Mathematical Jackal, Colt's Life, Ivy Crystal. I figured this might happen today as soon as I went live, but I wanted to stick to schedule, have a good space for us to hang out with only good vibes. Have a nice space for people to escape the news from if they want to, because we're not going to be discussing it today. We're just here to hang, play some soft jazz, read some things. Also, soon I want to do a chatting stream, watching more button videos, because a few more have come out, so that'll be a good time. Just not today, because we're not able to be here for very, very long today, but thanks for hanging. I'm going to un-emote only mode one more time, but if I have to, we might just stay in that mode today, and I'll just read stuff. I don't know. It won't be very interactive in that case, but Clancy, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it. We can still have a nice time. But also just a rule of thumb, anytime something like this happens and there are people who are live on Twitch, the absolute last thing you should think to do ever, in fact, the first thing you should think is that you shouldn't do is go and tell people in their chat that way. That's not a great way for people to find out news, first of all. But it's not the space for it, you know what I mean? Hello, dudes. My hair's so fluffy today. You know what's been really, really kind of frustrating is it's been very humid since I got here. It's been rainy and pretty humid. And there just is no escape for the weather when you go inside. Until it's winter and you can have heating in your house, other than winter and having the heat on, there's no escape from whatever weather happens to be obliterating this country at the time. So, it being humid, I go inside and it's humid in there too. So my hair's just been really fluffy, but the extensions have been holding up. They also dry really wavy. Thank you, non-binaries, for the 100 bits. Max Overload, thank you for subscribing. Turkey Bagel, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're, my hair air dries in the same texture my natural hair is at the moment, which is wavy. My hair normally is curly, but yeah, we might just not be able to have a chat today, unfortunately. And you know what? It's okay. We'll do emote and we'll have a good time. I wanted to have a little nice space for a short time with you guys. Iceman, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, dudes. Are you going to do mod apps anytime soon at all? Not that I know of. I don't believe we're looking for anyone. Also, definitely not going to want anyone looking for updates on when we're looking. We'll tell you. We'll make sure you know. But as of right now, nope, I don't think so. And he plans on cutting hair. I don't know if you know. This isn't mine. I just paid a lot of money to have this added to my natural hair, so definitely not cutting it anytime soon. I will not be touching this with scissors at all. That would definitely not be happening. But yeah, I've just been honestly just blowing out my hair because I also just can't let it air dry 100% of the way, even though the texture's really nice and it blends in with my natural hair at the moment. It just never is dry. I wait 4 hours and it's still wet, so I've just been blowing it out. It's been very fun, though. They've really loosened up from my scalp, and I can, like, really give a good scratch to them and underneath them. But anyway, let's not talk about my hair the whole time, either. We also saw MCC teams get announced. Do you want your natural hair team that length? Yes. Everybody excited about MCC teams? You see my team? We're going to have to update that command. I don't know if it's updated. But I'm very excited. I'm on a team with Puns and Ant again. Because I've been on a team with them together before. And we have Blushy, which is just a good vibes person. So I'm very excited to get to play an MCC with her. It's going to be a really good time. Have you tried Lucozade? I have. It is essentially Powerade, right? It is just more Powerade, Gatorade, you know, one of those drinks. It's pretty good. Did MCC just happen last week? Yeah, I don't know if you know this. It happens every month. It is about that time to have the teams announced again for... It's not happening anytime soon. This is just the team announcements. The day of the actual MCC is end of the month. I believe the last Saturday of this month. Question mark? Or is it the second from last Saturday? I'm not really sure, actually. But any plans for more Dinkum streams? Here's where the unfortunate thing is. One, yes, I would love to. I really like playing that game. I can even play it solo on our own world, although I'm really invested in Penn Island with H. And we're trying to make Dinkum SMP a thing. They are going to have to play according to my time zone, which we like playing in the evening in PST, but I would not be able to play in that case. But if we can manage to get them available for noon, yeah, definitely. I would love to. And I could easily poke them. Kara and H are easy people to have on early. I don't think they're, especially H, he's always awake at like butt crack of dawn. But yeah, we'll definitely get back into Dinkum because that game's a lot of fun. How long is Shubble in England? For about 3 weeks. About 3 weeks. That's usually my max. I don't usually stay for longer than that. But, thank you, Non-Binary Ace, for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Hey, anybody that is putting it in the chat what they're not supposed to, ignore them and don't, you don't have to even add to the chat, y'all are being annoying. You ignore them. Pretend they're not even there is even better. We're gonna carry on vibing. We are going to carry on our vibe. I'm so excited about my team. Non-Binary Ace, thank you for the 100 bits. Are you gonna play on this setup? It depends on which Saturday it is, because I don't even remember. Who knows what the date of MCC this month is? Is it the last Saturday or the second to last Saturday? Who can tell me? Mad Skills, bring it in for a hug. September 24th. I don't know where I'll be. I think I'll be here. I think I leave the next day. Or a couple days after that. I think I'll be here for it. Yeah, I'll be here. And then, I'll be flying home like days later. Oh, you know what? I can't do my hydrate today because I literally forgot to bring water. I'll chug so much water when I'm done streaming for you. I promise you. What can you not put in the chat? Just generally across all of Twitch, all of us should know better than to announce the death of anybody live to a streamer. It's just not appropriate, and we're just gonna breeze by. Is the timing great? No. But are we gonna, is that what we're gonna be doing on today's stream? No, because I'm here to have a good vibe. A safe space. We're just here to chat, so please don't be the people to run into stream chats when current events happen, people die, and just spread the news there. That isn't a really great thing to do, I don't think, for almost any case ever of anybody dying publicly. Let's not run to stream chats to put it there. For the sake of me and every other streamer on the platform at this unfortunate time. Let's never do that. But it's also hard. Because, obviously, news. It just happened. But hey, we're here to vibe. Thank you guys for understanding. Thank you mods for being here and helping out. I'm just putting rain sounds on and playing jazz today. Am I the only mod? Hey, I'm top mod, so top mod for sure. Also, please don't spam the chat and don't tell the chat to spam. Please and thank you. You're just getting so long. It's so funny how people don't know because it's not possible for this to have happened. I got extensions. Although anyone who compliments my hair, I will take it, even if it's not my hair, because I did pay a lot of money for this to be on my head. So I am a witch. Maybe I cast a spell to have my hair grow exponentially. Puppy, thank you for the prime. What we can do is read Am I the Assholes? Because those are fun for me. And maybe we can find some ones where we can offer some good help. Some good advice, some good help. I only even draw attention to people talking about that in the chat because I want to, for the sake of other people on the platform, for this to stop being an issue on Twitch every time this happens. It will always, though. Truly, it's going to happen every time. You should keep your hair... Keep it for a long time. I'm planning on having my natural hair be this long and have long hair for a long time because I've had short hair for a very, very long time. It's my favorite. It's my most comfortable. Most of my entire life, I've had short hair. All throughout my entire childhood, I had short hair. And I've just simply never had what I would even properly call long hair. I almost did. I had hair about this length. It was pretty long, but this is my first time with long. When's the next Empire episode coming out? Not for a little bit, because my next episode that'll come out in the next couple of days is us playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. And then probably tomorrow and over Saturday and Sunday, I'll do filming and streaming for Empires so that we'll have another episode of Empires soon after that. But first, we're going to have Disney Dreamlight happen. So, that should be in the next couple of days. And then a few days after that, like 5, we'll be able to have our next Empires episode. And that'll be a good time. Marcus, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, my whole life I've had pretty much short hair only. I haven't known long hair like this ever. And short hair is where I'm comfortable. You know what I'm finding out, though, about it? Non-binary Ace, thank you for gifting a sub. You're so generous. I'm finding out that long hair is... I kind of always knew this. Everybody knows that short hair can be... It really depends also on your natural hair. Short hair, on one hand, is way higher maintenance sometimes. A lot more limiting the things that you can do with it, but also for some people can be a low maintenance hairstyle more than long hair. For me, I'm realizing long hair is lower maintenance than short hair. Short hair was higher maintenance. Short hair only when I was doing my natural curly hair was low maintenance, but even then, it was frustrating when I would have my hair be curly and it wasn't in a way that was like nice, because curly hair is like that some days. But long hair is so much easier, so much less maintenance. You just let it be there. There's so much less pressure for long hair to even have to do anything. You just let it be. Long hair is doing the job by being long. Shy Mess, thank you for the prime. It's doing all of the job of doing, you know, what hair is supposed to do when you want it to look nice by just simply being long. Let's see. I'm gonna pick out a couple of really juicy Am I the Assholes that we can maybe have some commentary on. Long hair when it's frizzy though. Yeah, and I'm having a struggle with that here because I have very like textured, wavy, curly hair. Can you curl it? It would look nice. I didn't bring a curling wand here. I have one back home. I can try with the straightener, but if I'm honest, too much maintenance. I don't want to have to curl all of this. Do you know how much hair is in here? Do you know how many tracks they glued to my head? Taped? Too many. And I'm not very good with a curling wand either. I'm especially, worse with a straightener curling it, but I didn't bring my curling wand. Are you making a video of Dreamlight Valley? Yes, that's what's going to be coming out in the next few days. I will let it air dry one day, I think, if I can manage it. We'll see how long that takes. A full day, maybe 2. But the texture of the extensions is very similar to my natural hair texture right now. It being damaged and not actually fully curling matches perfect with the wave that this hair has without me straightening it. Hair dry takes so long. The things that I'm finding out about. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my hair. Oh, please do not prompt the chat to spam. For sure, don't do that. Please and thank you. You leave it to me, head mod, to take care of the chat. Don't tell anyone in the chat what to do. Don't tell anyone to spam, especially spamming is literally not allowed. Please don't do that. Leave it to me. I got it. I got you. You relax. You relax. You listen to the rain sounds and you vibe with the jazz. I'm also going to pick, I'm going to read some lighthearted seeming Am I the Assholes that are not like deep rooted family issues and generational trauma and bad relationships where the issue is literally just you have bad communication. Also, Milk Bear, thank you for the 100 bits. The thing is, I don't know how to add a word to not be allowed to be used. And there are no mods here. But it's fine. I got it. Don't worry about it. Literally vibes. But yeah, I'm going to pick out Am I the Assholes that are kind of like sillier ones. Silly ones that aren't super deep. If you do band terms, that's not a command on Twitch at all. I'll wait and see if one of the mods shows up and can help, but we don't, honestly, it's not even a problem. It's really not that big of a deal. It's fine. Non-binary Ace, thank you for the 100 bits. Apple! Do you know how to ban a certain term in the chat on the fly? How to get emotes? If you want my emotes, either you have to subscribe or you can, there. Thank you so much. That's all we needed. I didn't know how to do that from like commands here that I can type in the chat. That's it. We're so solid on continuing. Okay, let's read some silly Am I the Assholes? Because this is gonna be good. I'm reading some that are already sounding like they're gonna be the most goofy. Okay, I got a few that we can read. Good time. Literally, Apple, thank you so much for joining. I had it under control. It was just a lot of deleting at the time, but this is fine. Everything's fine. Ow, I'm tangled. We got rain noises, we got jazz, and we got silly Am I the Assholes. Am I the asshole for leaving my daughter in economy class and refusing to change her seat? My female daughter, Meg, 18, is a very active person on social causes. Goes to marches, helps with NGOs, I don't know what that is, and homeless people. The recent cause she's embraced was the criticism of capital accumulation. My husband and I come from a very wealthy background. Okay. Cool. Although our parents don't fully help, we know our privileges and the ease in which we can achieve our career and financial success. You already got the financial success. You're there. You did it. Good job, I guess. Chat. Bring it in for a hug. Non-government organizations. Cool. Got it. Very good. But Meg doesn't seem to understand. She often criticizes each more expensive purchase, saying that we could donate this money to help people in need. I would love to know what the purchases are, specifically. Are you allowed to buy nice things when you have a comfortable amount of money? Sure. What are they, though? I'm curious. I just want to know. I just want to ask. I really understand her ideal, but it gets annoying all the time, and any purchases she's criticizing. What she also doesn't... It's nice that she's not spoiled, being the daughter of very rich parents. That's always lovely to hear about. Always good to know. What she also doesn't understand is the little of this excess capital of ours, she has the freedom to do all of this, and time without money stopping her. She has the freedom to do all of this and the time without money stopping her. All the luxuries like iPhone, car, and money are given to her so she can walk as she wants, and we agreed to help when she said she would like to take a gap year and delve into the causes. After three years without traveling because of the pandemic, we decided to take an international trip. Again, Meg talking about it being an unnecessary expense to go business class and that money could go to other things. She proved her point, and we decided to go class save on a 10-hour trip. On the way to the airport, I talked to my husband that he could go to the gate and I would go to the duty free to see some stuff. Meg butted in and started the same rant again. I was already pretty annoyed about it, despite giving her a warning to stop. But I saw that she was going to be on this whole trip. At check-in, the attendant asked if we would like an upgrade to executive, and when Meg threatened to start over, I accepted and asked for 2 seats. She was quiet, asking if we weren't going to do it for her, and I was very honest, saying that I wasn't willing to spend 10 hours listening to it, and I want to enjoy it too. She started to say that we should all stay in economy, and I said no, and she got annoyed about it. On the trip, she didn't enjoy anything and stayed on her cell phone. On the way back, I offered to pay hers, and she refused. Okay. I have a couple of thoughts. We're like, everybody sucks a little bit here, kind of, but I want to know what their expenses are. It might not even be anything that bad. And I want to believe they're also at the same time as spending money on these expenses, putting some of it towards the causes she feels very strongly about, at least, like putting something towards that. And then also, obviously, because they're very wealthy, still having money to then have their personal expenses that they want to splurge or whatever. When we got home, she said that we knew that she is financially dependent on us and that we accepted to support her financially and that we refused to upgrade even though she couldn't do it to prove our point. And that we were vindictive for being fed up with her pointing out only the truths. And if we don't like her way, let us know and don't punish her. She's giving us cold shoulders so far for 5 days. Am I the asshole? I mean, did you want the upgrade or not? Did you want the upgrade or not? I don't think an upgrade on a flight is one of the times that you really need to go on a crusade about saving money, because they have plenty more to do both. It sounds like they can do both. And also, I would sooner fight for take a public flight rather than a private jet. If they were taking a private jet, I would probably make a big stink about that, because that's like a really big issue that is worth saying something about. But they are already on a public flight. There were upgrades available. I don't know how much they were. I don't think that they're the asshole. Maybe you need to sit down with your daughter and agree, like, we will give this amount of money, like a percentage to whatever you want to every month, whatever cause you want to fight for, and offer that amount to. We can't save and, like, live below our means to save extra money if they want. I don't know. But welcome, Raiders. I don't think this is the time that, I think she was being the asshole here. Maybe sometimes her parents are spending money on things that aren't necessary. Sometimes that's okay. I really would love to know what. I would love to know what the things they're spending money on. Yeah, no, I'd make her sit in economy. Welcome, dudes! We're reading Silly Am I the Assholes that are not very deep. Mostly silly and mostly lighthearted and having vibes with some rain noises and some good jazz tunes for just a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't have a very long stream today, so we're just hanging out and chatting. Let's see which other one would be. Let's see. This one doesn't seem like a lighthearted one at all. Okay, maybe not. Am I the asshole for making rules regarding my husband's new motorcycle? Someone's having a midlife crisis. Let's read about it. My husband, unbeknownst to me, bought a motorcycle from his best friend at work. That's got midlife crisis written all over it. It's a sturdy old Honda from the early aughts in near mint condition. I'm horrified. My mother is a nurse and raised us to believe we have a word in the ER for motorcyclists, and we call them organ donors. Made my brother and I promise to never ride on or get on one. We have a beautiful 6-month-old baby at home, our first. Initially, I demanded he return it, but he said it was his lifelong dream. Has he ever mentioned this before, or is it just because he just turned 40? I don't know how old he is. To own a bike, and kept saying how great it would be on gas. Only if your wife isn't still literally going to be taking the car with the baby. She's still going to be driving. Even if the baby wasn't there, I have a feeling your wife wasn't going to be getting on the motorcycle. And in that case, it's actually not great on gas. It's more. You're adding an extra gas expense on top of the car that is already going to have to be driven most anywhere that your wife would be going with you anyway, because she's definitely not getting on. And you know who is for sure never getting on? Your baby. So that car is definitely not going to stop running because you got a motorcycle. So you're not saving anything on gas remotely at all. But okay, sure. And you bought the motorcycle. So that's definitely not, you're not saving any money anywhere. So I said, okay, keep it, but don't drive over 30 miles per hour and don't take it out of our neighborhood. We have a lot of side roads. I said he can also take it up to the lake where he and his friend go fishing if he promises he won't drive it over 30 and stays off the highway. IOW. I don't know what that is either. What are all these acronyms? tows it up there on a trailer behind our car. He says I'm being a controlling harpy and sucking all of the fun out of his new toy. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and, he sounds very immature to have just immediately called you a name for not liking your midlife crisis buy. But maybe let's not call our wife a harpy. But okay, all I can see is him splat all over the asphalt and our daughter asking me, oh, that's not good. Where's Dad? Am I the asshole for trying to establish motorcycle rules? People have their opinions on the choice to drive and or ride on motorcycles. I think it definitely, if you're in a partnership with a wife and have a baby, it is never something that you should have bought without talking about it, at the minimum. Regardless of having differing views on the safety and risks when it comes to having a motorcycle, it's definitely not something you should ever buy when you have a wife and child without discussing it. Should never happen without discussing it. And if you're not willing to compromise on what makes your wife comfortable and you get to have the motorcycle, then no, you shouldn't have bought it, probably. You should not have bought it. This conversation could have happened before you spent the money on it, and then you would have known that your wife was not going to be comfortable. She was not going to like you going over a certain speed, not going to like you going on the highways. You have a baby. It shouldn't have happened this way because it should have been conversation first. And you are the asshole person who bought the motorcycle because you bought it without having the conversation first and found out all these things after that you should have already known because you should have talked to her first. Real story is if he wants to ride, he should start with a safety class. Period. Also, all of these things should have been discussed. Just at bare minimum, it shouldn't have happened in this way, which makes him the asshole because it should have been discussed beforehand. They could have talked about safety classes. They could have talked about what and where they were most concerned about his safety. Definitely should have. Just bare minimum period should have been a conversation first. You're the asshole person who bought the motorcycle. I'm sorry. Not because you bought the motorcycle. Actually, it is because you bought the motorcycle without a conversation. Not just because you bought a motorcycle, period. You have to take a safety class to ride one in the first place. To be able to drive one, I don't know. To ride on one, no, you do not. You don't need anything to just ride on the back of one. But to drive one, he must have done something, right? Or are you just able to buy one and start driving it? Because if he bought one and he was supposed to get a license or a safety class, then that means he did that additionally behind her back. Is that a countrywide thing, or is that maybe state to state? You're able to buy and immediately start riding one without any courses? Because that's just an extra asshole move that he went and took a class and still never mentioned it to his wife and then bought one. Maybe that isn't the case. He's still the asshole for buying one and not having the conversation with his wife. I would argue that that is not a buy that should happen in a marriage with a baby without a discussion. That is easy. You need a license to drive one. But that means he went out of his way and got a license. This also tells me he probably knew she wasn't going to like it and just, that's fine, she'll deal with it after I've already bought it. And now he has to deal with the consequences of she's not comfortable. Like, you got rainy weather. That's the best type of weather. I'm only very happy about it right now because I just left the massivest, most insane heat wave ever in California. And I'm so cold, I'm in pants today. I'm in the only pants I even brought here because I thought it was going to be a little warm here in England because it was warm right before I showed up. And then it immediately started downpouring the exact day I landed. Just then. I brought the rain and I said I was going to bring the sun. Oops. I'm liking the cold though. One thing that I do miss, and I underestimated how much I would miss, is just the simpleness of changing weather. The most difference in weather between winter and summer in California is like I can add a sweater to my t-shirt and shorts. Maybe I'm wearing pants a little more often, but honestly not even. I'm still wearing skirts and dresses. I just simply add a sweater and sometimes even a beanie if I'm feeling extra cold, but there's no like real changes of weather. Rain happens so few times We get good torrential downpours sprinkled throughout the year. Maybe I can count on 2 hands how many we get in a year. I like rain. I used to hate it. I like it now. Don't love to be out in a torrential downpour, but also I'm not as much bothered by it anymore either. So it's kind of really nice. I'm not minding it. Except I came here expecting to go in the sea a bunch of times, and that's just not an option while it's torrentially downpouring. One, because it's torrentially downpouring, so the waves are wild, and I'm not a good swimmer. I don't know how to properly swim very good. And 2, I'm told when it rains like this, there is the possibility very much of sewage backing up and flowing into the ocean, so I won't be swimming for a little bit, probably. The rain is good, though. I even got bonus rain sounds in the background because I thought it was extra ambience, thought it was nice, thought it was a vibe. I can hear the rain outside the window. I don't think that you can, so instead I got you extra rain. Apple, thank you for the prime. Thanks for subscribing. Also, Silent Spook, thank you for subbing. And Hazel, thank you. And Disrenee, thank you. Thank you all for vibing today and contributing to having a nice, peaceful vibe, despite all things. We're having a good fun time reading about people's midlife crises on Am I the Asshole? And it's just a nice vibe to have a little bit of rain in a chat. We're going to do Minecraft stuff tomorrow because I didn't have as much time to stream today as I originally planned to, but things kind of got out of hand with what I was doing earlier. And I have a meeting at 8, so we're just here to vibe, read a little bit of Am I the Assholes, and then I'm going to go. I'm glad I had this moment with you guys today. Any haircut ideas, but not too short? I'm not touching this hair with not a single thing. No scissors are coming near my head, ever. The most that I'll do, I think I'm overdue for a trim on my natural hair. So when I go back in a month, when I'm back in LA to get my extensions moved up, because you have to do that every like 4 to 6 weeks. When you have extensions, move them back up so they're not down here. He's gonna take them all out. I'm gonna get a trim because my natural hair is overdue for a little trim, but this is perfect. You know what's scary? I had these put in. The original length of these extensions was here, and obviously I'm paying for them, so I was like, is it a crime for me to ask you to chop off like a decent length of the already insanely long extensions so you don't plan to grow out your natural hair? No, that is the plan. When you grow out your natural hair, you still have to trim it. You have to trim it or else it's just going to get all frizzly at the bottom and it won't grow as quickly as healthily. So even when you're growing your hair out for the long haul, get regular trims every couple months or so. So when I say trim, I mean just trim off the little fried dry ends, make it a nice healthy cut, and continue the growing. Why is that a secret? It's not. It's just, it seems like people didn't know that, and I'm just letting you in on. I don't know why you wouldn't know it. Some people don't know it. I don't know who kept it a secret from you. It wasn't me. I'm telling you. I don't keep secrets. I'm not good at it. I'm famously bad at it. Not other people's secrets. I'm very bad at keeping my own secrets. If you told me a secret, that's in the vault. It's never being repeated. I will die with it. And no one will ever know that I had those secrets. If it's mine, I have a bad habit of just spilling the beans as soon as I'm able to, or even before then. Okay, yeah, this one's not actually, this one kind of sounds like it could be fun. Let's tackle this one, this Am I the Asshole, because it is kind of funny. Not as lighthearted, but is kind of funny. Am I the asshole for telling my adult son to grow up and get over it? What does he need to get over? I already actually skipped ahead, and I already know, and it's kind of, he needs to get over it, I think, probably. I'm going to be on the side of, yeah, he needs to grow up and get over it. I am a 47-year-old woman with 2 grown children. Lila, fake name, is 23, and Adam, fake name, is 26. Both full-blown adults. Not a lot that you can get away with anymore, except maybe you're just not a good person, and maybe you will see how you turn out later, but full-blown adults should know minimally how to behave. When Adam was 11, he had his first girlfriend, Jenna. At 11, cute. It was a typical middle school relationship. They went to a few dances, went bowling. Oh, I want to go bowling. Oh my God, I want to go bowling. Things to maybe do tonight because it's raining and there's not much to do, but I can go bowling. Okay. It was very cute. It lasted about 5 months, and then they broke up, and Adam sulked for a day before continuing on as normal. 1 day of sulking. He was 11. 5-month relationship. Honestly, Props to him for having a 5-month-long relationship at 11. That's nothing to be shrugging at, kinda. Jenna did hurt his feelings a bit by telling him the reason was she didn't like wait, have I heard this story before? I feel like I've read this before. Jenna did hurt his feelings a bit by telling him the reason was she didn't like kissing him. But he seemed to get over it quickly. This is where it gets good. Present day, Adam married he's married his lovely wife about a year ago, and they are expecting a child in November. Lila moved back home after college last year and started seeing Jenna about 7 months ago. Lila is in love. You can maybe take a guess why Jenna didn't like kissing him. Lila is in love. She's been open about being a lesbian since she was a freshman in high school, but she never showed much interest in anyone before Jenna. I'm so happy to finally see her satisfied with that aspect of her life. Let's all remember Adam's moved on and he's married now as well. Adam isn't happy about this, though. He thinks it's weird that Lila is dating his ex-girlfriend. That's valid. You're allowed to be like, that's a little bit weird. But also, I have a wife and a child on the way, so I will get over it in time. Weird is not that big of a deal to be like, oh, I dated her when I was 11. That's a little bit weird, but it'll go away. That's what you think when you're a 26-year-old man, I would assume. That's what you're supposed to think and be like, oh, weird. That's okay, though, because I have a wife and child. His main arguments are that it's tainting the memory of his first love and that Jenna hurt him when she broke up with him. I think this is maybe also a little bit of a lesson that, like, there doesn't always need to be this high pedestal and pressure on who your first love is, because sometimes they just suck. And you shouldn't feel bad that you didn't have this, like, beautiful memory of who your first love was. And you were 11. So let's relax. Let's relax on even knowing what love means yet, but okay. Lila and Jenna have just signed a lease on their first apartment together, and Adam is upping the dramatics now. He called Lila a backstabber, disloyal, and recently out of line, a whore. And I've just about had enough. He's a 26-year-old married man. He's a married man, she said, with a baby on the way. It is not healthy to focus on this. I could understand if it were a serious relationship. Even high school would be different. But they were honest-to-God children. How could it possibly matter still? He insists it's not about harboring feelings. Definitely you are. You might insist it, but you definitely are. And I certainly believe that. I don't. I definitely don't. But this obsession with preserving his nostalgia is ridiculous. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what it's about anymore. I think he's harboring feelings. And I think he doesn't. Here's what I think. Here's my big speculation. I think he's still mad at Jenna for how she broke up with him, saying that she didn't like kissing him, and it was like a little bit still salty about it, even in... How many years have passed? He's 26. He was 11. 15 years. I think he's just still a little bit salty about being called a bad kisser when he was 11. Or not even, he probably took it as being called a bad kisser. She just didn't like to kiss him. She's clearly not into dudes, my dude. Or just wasn't into you, and that's okay. You gotta move on. You were 11. I've told Adam that I will not tolerate this anymore, and if he chooses to continue behaving this way, I will have to start limiting my contact with him. Good mom, putting the foot down and just not tolerating a 26-year-old man baby behavior. He needs to let this go, grow up, and stop acting like he owned Jenna. You should be happy for your sister and Jenna. If she was really your first love and that really means something to you, you should be very happy that she found someone that makes her very happy, because it wasn't you. He got very angry with me for choosing Lila, and I don't see it that way. I think I'm choosing to protect my own sanity and not choosing between my children. I asked some friends what they thought, and I've gotten some mixed responses. 2/3 agree with me that Adam is overreacting, but one says she understands why Adam is upset. Only at the very bare minimum do I understand him saying it's weird. And that's it. It stops there. Is it okay to feel weird about something? Yeah, just move on, though. Because weird will go away. You move forward with the life you have been living the last 15 years with your wife and child on the way. Weird is where it can end. You can say it's weird, and that's fine. But, to call his sister and mother backstabbers that's where you've gone beyond weird, and you definitely are still harboring feelings, even though you deny it and just say you don't want your... Also, how does your sister dating her taint the memory? It has no effect on the memory, in my opinion. Nothing changes about the fact that you dated her. You call her your first love. You were 11. We'll let that slide. And she didn't like kissing you. Nothing has changed, except now you know why, which if anything should make you feel better. I feel like I would feel better and be like, oh, it all makes sense now. And I'm happy for you, Jenna, because I loved you. And you obviously weren't right for me, but maybe you're right for my sister. So good luck. I wish you the best. That's how an adult would, I think, respond. But what do I know? I've never been 26 before. How would I know? Yeah, he's been a bit dramatic. I just can't get over how long it's been. 15 years, and he was 11. So not only have 15 years gone by, but in the first place, he was 11. Yeah, that's a bit crazy to me. Reddit said, not the asshole, he was 11. That is not the same as a college relationship or even a high school relationship or an adult relationship. This guy is deifying. I was like, what word am I trying to read right now? Deifying something completely ridiculous. I feel like he needs to go to therapy. Like, what is he really holding on to here? That I don't see how a sister dating an ex taints what they had. It doesn't affect it in any way, really. Like, logistically. He's being completely ridiculous. That relationship was never important. That's a bit harsh to say and hard to hear, maybe, but it's true. And also, it doesn't affect your memory. It's still what it was. It doesn't change what it was. He's still acting 11. He hasn't let it go. That's what I'm saying. I think he's still bitter about it because he didn't like to hear that she didn't like kissing him. But, you know, maybe at 11, you weren't a good kisser. Maybe it doesn't even have to matter that she's dating your sister now and is possibly is gay. Maybe she is still also into men, but you just maybe were a bad kisser at 11. And also, why do you still care about that so much? Suspicious. Suspicious, I say. I feel. Adam is being a fool. A damned fool! Not the asshole. Thinking the same thing, who's in love at 11? Who? At 11, can you think you're in love in your first relationship? Yes. Who at 26 years old, 15 years later, still thinks that was your... He really did put that up on a pedestal that, like, is... I don't know, I feel like something else is going on there a little bit. That's a bit extreme. At 11, you're allowed to think that, but when you're 26 and realizing you dated for 5 months at 11... Maybe you want that to have been your first love. I stand by the fact that finding out this news that she's dating your sister affects it in actually zero way at all. But, you know, I think he needs to talk to a therapist and also feel bad for his wife because it sounds like he hasn't let go of that first relationship when he was 11. I also can only imagine how many he had in between in those 15 years. I'm going to assume more than just him meeting his wife next and they dated for 15 years and then got married, or 14 years because he's been married for a year or something like that. But... you know, I don't know. All right, we literally don't have any more time for any Am I the Assholes, but we'll do a little chat, a little hang, and then I'm going to send you guys away. I'm going to go have a meeting, and then, hey, maybe go bowling. I'll see about who wants to go bowling. Uber in the rain to the bowling alley. It is vibe time. Do we feel like the rain needs to be a little louder? Never mind. It was good. It was a good soft background rain. That was a quick stream. I wasn't lying when I said short in the title. Unfortunately, I knew that when I went live that I would have to leave by a certain time. But hey, I still wanted to have this moment, this time, this hangout. Stick to my schedule as close as I can while I'm in the other country because I know I have a really hard time sticking by, especially with the time that I have to be live. It's so different from where I would be live back home. It's nearly 8 p.m., whereas I'd be live around 11, 12 back home instead. So it's a big adjustment every time I come over here. And anytime that there's something going on at that time in the evening, I want to go and do that thing instead of be live. But I was very happy to be here for the short chatting stream, hanging out, having a nice space to just relax, get off of whatever is going on out there. get off of Twitter, have a vibe in the rain. Thanks for having a vibe with me in the rain today. Stream was short, but it improved my day a lot. That's all I can ever hope for every time I hit the go live button. That's my goal every time I hit the live button, no matter how short or how long. That's what I want this space to be for. A comfortable space, make whoever might not be having the best day, maybe have just a little bit of a better day. This space can always be a comfortable, safe place for those feelings. Northern Wolf, bring it in for a hug. I think that I've gotten all the hugs because I was just simply reading the chat the whole time. Sorry it was so short. I will be live again tomorrow, most likely. I have plans to do a big mining trip on Empires. We'll see if we can get some friends to come along with us, so it's not just me going, specifically caving. We're going for a big caving stream because I want to find a lush cave. And I'm going to recruit whoever is around and available at that time on Empires to come with me. Any ores or things, chests, loot they find is all theirs. But I am out looking specifically for an undiscovered lush cave because I want spore blossoms. So I'm calling dibs on them, and whoever comes with me can have whatever else they find. But thank you guys for hanging out. It was a good time. It was a good short stream. Thank you, Apple, for joining and helping. Emmy, too. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for understanding and being little nice little beans to be chill about having a little vibe in the rain with me today. And now you can go back on Twitter and catch up on whatever's going on, current events, or go to another stream chat. And just remember, for all of us on Twitch's sake, whenever something has happened in the news, something big and devastating, I think the last place we should bring it is a streamer who's been live and maybe doesn't know, and maybe they do know, but we definitely don't want to run in their chat and start screaming about death. So maybe we tone that down a little bit. It happens every time, but you know, maybe every time it'll happen less and less a little bit if we be like, hey, let's relax, let's calm down, let's have a little break here for a minute and vibe. But I'm gonna have you guys raid H. He's playing on MCC Island. I will not be able to join him. I wish I could, but go be the absolute nicest people in his chat. If you don't know the rules, ask the mods, check it out, be nice, be respectful, don't start screaming about the news. I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows. But go vibe and watch him play MCC Island. Hopefully I'll play with him soon. I'll tell him I would like to play with him soon. But go carry on your vibes. Keep the good energy. The rain won't be following you over there, though. I doubt he's got rain noises playing in the background, so sorry about that. There's only rain vibes here. But non-binary Ace, thank you for the bits. Thank you for all the bits today. Go join H's stream. 500 people. Thank you for joining the raid, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone, and I'll have a video soon, and then another video soon after that. But goodbye. Goodbye, thanks for joining.